Fox host Brian Kilmeade was caught sharing a fake tweet from allegedly from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Now, this tweet claimed that it was vital for governors to maintain the coronavirus restrictions to stop Donald Trump from being reelected. I'm going to show you that tweet here, or alleged tweet. So you can see Brian Kilmeade. He's like, "Is this what Donald Trump has been saying?" And this would be, it is vital that governors maintain restrictions on businesses until after the November elections because economic recovery will help Trump be reelected. A few business closures or job losses is a small price to pay to be free from his presidency. Hashtag keep us closed. Of course, that is a fake tweet because she didn't actually write that. But of course, it would be incredibly damaging had she did. Because here's the thing. No one, and I mean no one, likes being locked down. Just nobody. I hate it. You probably hate it. I don't want to be locked down anymore. I don't want to have to wear a mask everywhere I go. But guess what? I'm an adult. I'm an adult who actually cares about his community, his family, myself, other people. And so, I do both in the hopes that we can eventually get a handle on this thing and also to provide a good example for others. I guess it's something called personal responsibility, right? I'm responsible enough to care for my own health and for the health of others. Personally responsible. And again, the tweet itself is fake. It's a fake tweet. It's not real. According to a fact check by Snopes, the tweet image was a fabrication, a Photoshop. However, and not something posted by AOC, it does not appear in her Twitter timeline, nor was it recorded by databases that capture and preserve deleted tweets. Now, you guys know this. I say this all the time, right? Nothing really disappears on the internet. Like, you can't get rid of it. That's why we can do so many segments on something that's, horrible, tweeted by a horrible person that he then or she quickly deletes. But of course, we already know it. Like, it's in the Wayback Machine. It's in the internet because it never goes away. Somebody screenshotted it or saved it. And so nothing really disappears. So if it had actually been there, well, then we would know. Moreover, they said, and this is more evidence of the fact that it's fake. Although the tweet was supposedly shared over 20,000 times, we could find no instances whatsoever of the original tweets having been shared or commented upon at all. Very suspicious. It exists only as a screenshot of a faux tweet posted to a private Facebook group. How much does AOC trigger the right wing for them to be sharing this stuff all over, Facebook? I mean, she is a freshman congresswoman, right? And yet, she somehow has the power to operate rent-free in the heads of so many conservatives. I guess now they believe in socialism because she ain't paying no rent. It's amazing. Also, very entertaining. But at the same time, look, you have to be honest about this, right? It's also dangerous. Dangerous for her. I mean, look, people are spending their free time making stuff up about her, making Photoshops, try to get her in trouble, attributing false quotes. And then, of course, there's constantly taking her words out of context, as they, did just recently about her statements about poverty and crime. And then some of the more extreme examples is sending hate tweets. We've all seen those, but also death and rape threats. And so that is very dangerous. For her to be standing up tall and strong in the midst of all of that, says a lot about her character and her personal strength. And her desire, of course, to continue serving her constituents, the people that she works for. And that both makes her a target by the extreme right and also by the establishment. And look, let's be honest, both of those people serve the same paymasters that she directly opposes the influence of on our politics. She doesn't take corporate money. She wants real reform, real change. And of course, there are people that lose their minds over this, over her, because not only does she want to change the system to make it better for working people, but, and this is what really gets them, really gets their goat, really burns their ass. She's a young female Latina who fights back. She didn't fooled like some of the other Democrats when you challenge them. I mean, one of the worst things right now in Congress is to be getting into a Twitter fight with AOC. Because every time, well, she knocks them down. And they hate her for it. Hate her for it. That said, it's not as if you can't have legitimate criticisms of AOC. I know some of you have brought some criticisms of her maybe not being strong enough on certain issues or not being loud enough or things like that. And I understand those criticisms, and I understand the desire to push our politicians. I think we should. At the same time, we on the left, we have to be careful not to destroy the people who are legitimately on our side. And we tend to, we do have a tendency in the left to kind of do that, to be a little bit too critical of those who are actually on our side when we don't quite get the results that we're asking for. You got to remember that there are big structural disadvantages to progressive policy, and you can be pushing it all day, but that doesn't mean that it's still not a slow, deliberative process to actually get things through Congress. But, God bless you guys for still wanting to fight, still having the fire, still wanting to push. We just got to be, we got to aim our fire at the right people. People in leadership like Pelosi and Schumer who are actually refusing to move and to enact progressive reforms. That said, this is not what the right wing is doing. It's not what Kilmeade's doing. No, Kilmeade's sharing fake news in order to fit his narrative, right? In order to feed into the right wing narrative that AOC is, not only like a dumb person, but actually anti-working class. Well, that's not true at all. She's very, very pro-working class. And so if you're going to distort and literally make stuff up to try to fit a fake narrative, well, then your ass is going to get called out. And you would absolutely deserve it. Hey, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a patreon.com/TYTNation set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.